Yeah, sure.
You know.
So we're sitting here today with Jeff Fowler of DSI, and we're with Lou Ann. She's down the end of the table. But Jeff, you want to tell us a little bit about your business and how you got started in it, a brief history?
Sure. I don't want to bore whoever's watching us today, but I had started Decision Software in 1989, having worked for a number of large tech companies in the Washington, D.C. area. Just as a one-person show. I worked, initially the company was founded on the porch of my house in Hyattsville, Maryland. And I sat at a desk with my dog at my feet and basically wrote computer programs. So I guess over the years, you know, mostly from rolling up my sleeves and working, and a bit of good luck as well. But we graduated from working on our porch to having a small office, one-room office in Silver Spring. Guess we stayed there 2 or 3 years and moved from that into a bigger office and so on and so forth. So managed to grow. It's all been self-funded, so we've been able to you know, through, like I said, blood, sweat, and tears, and good fortune, hire other people to work for us. Today, we have, what, 25, 26 people, employees of the company. And we're in the direct marketing business. So we write computer software that sorts through massive databases, and it pulls out, you know, groups of individuals that companies want to market to with some type of an offer. As part of that, we have to manage very large databases as well. So the work is probably not the most glamorous in the world, but definitely is putting bread on the table. And every company out there who has customers needs a product or a company like ours to help them out with it.
Great.
Okay?
And the name of the company is?
We are Decision Software.
Do you go by DSI? Or
DSI, yeah, I guess I should have started out with that.
That's fine.
Thank you.
So how did you get involved with with me, Vernon Brocky, and Alternate Tax Solutions?
I had heard off and on about R&D tax credits that are available to businesses, and we had put in a word. I'm looking to my left, my wife's sitting down there, but we had put in a word to our accountant asking him if he knew anything about this R&D tax credit, and he, after a period of time, came back and said he's got a company that can help us out with obtaining R&D tax credits.
Yeah, we were actually involved with John's partner.
Right.
And he had, I guess, we had talked to John about it, and then it was just timely that came with what your interests were.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, what was the reason that you chose Alternate Tax Solutions?
Tell you what, I was impressed from the beginning because I want to say initially Andrew Parrish came and visited us, and Andrew lives in Rhode Island. Mm-hmm. But he flew in, walked into our office, met with us, and basically asked us for some information, which we followed up, you know, and at that point, I think Andrew took maybe a couple, 3 weeks or a month or so, and delivered us a proposal, and in the proposal listed the amount of a tax credit that, in his conservative estimate, we would realize, right? And that amount, we found out later, was actually it was conservative because the amount we actually got was far more than that. But I think I was impressed with the way Alternative Tax Solutions handled the entire, you know, initial meeting, delivering a proposal. There's no cost for the proposal. You really, other than spending a few hours supplying information, for us the work has been pretty effortless. Mm-hmm. Alternative Tax Solutions has just done a phenomenal job of looking at emails and the work, you know, that and the information, I should say, that we've provided, and turning that into dollars we can apply. Probably getting ahead on a few of your questions.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
So.
Can you think of a word or a phrase that best describes your relationship with us?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Partners. Partners. Alternative Tax Solutions, for us, you have been more than just a vendor. We work with other suppliers, of course, for all sorts of things. I mean, from cleaning to landscaping and so forth. In your case, though, you guys are a good fit for us. We're a small company. You're a small company. We've met your kids. You know, you've met our family. We've gone out and had lunch together, and it's been very comfortable working with you. So you feel far more like I said, a partner or a colleague than you do a supplier or vendor. There's been a lot of, I think, meetings. You've had to interview our whole staff, and everybody's been very comfortable throughout that whole process.
That's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
What kind of changes have been made from the impact of our services for you and your company?
When you say changes, so are we talking about things that we are now doing differently because of?
Yeah, but has it had an impact on your business to be able to either grow it or hire more people, be able to retain the folks that you have, all those types of challenges that every business owner has, right?
Yeah. I mean, in terms of how the business is being run, it's made us more efficient because now that we know that this tax credit exists and what companies should do to apply for it, we've become more organized. So we're doing a better job of tracking what we do. I personally receive weekly status reports from each of the groups within our company, and I file those away. In fact, this last week I fussed at them because I need them in a certain fashion, because I know at the end of the year I'll be sitting down with you guys and reviewing here's our accomplishment. So in terms of running our business, like I said, the efficiency and I feel more organized on top of what we're doing. Secondly, the dollars that we've been able to save, we have absolutely put to work. And so the tax credit, for me, I have to say it feels like a win-win scenario, because the intent behind it, as Andrew Parrish, when he walked in initially and explained it to us, the intent behind it is for tech companies to be able to grow and to invest more in R&D and apply these tax credits towards exactly that. We're trying to make, I guess in a way, we're trying to make our country a better place and businesses succeed. And so we've been able to take the dollars that we save in tax credits and apply them mainly by hiring more people or investing in technology.
What impact does it have from a financial standpoint, from the view of cash flow versus getting a loan or those types of things? Does it infuse more capital into the company without having to go get those loans?
Absolutely. The amount, for anyone watching this video, the amount is, for us, it was stunning. Absolutely stunning. We had no idea that there was really going to be that much of an impact financially. So yes, it has made a big impact on us. And again, like I said earlier, that translated immediately into us feeling more comfortable making certain decisions, which without it, we probably would have stalled or not done it at all. So yeah, I'm sorry, Vernon, you had another, what was the second part of your question?
What impact did it have on like cash flow?
Yeah.
Or like, I know that you recommended us to, or told the bank about us.
Right,
and then they contacted us.
Oh, I know what it was. You were asking, something like the R&D credit versus going to the bank, potentially applying for business loans and so forth, and just being able to have the dollars to accomplish things, right, as a small business.
Line of credit.
Lines of credit, we've done all those things. We've had lines of credit in place. We've never used them. I'll tell you what, for a small business person, getting a loan from a bank is not a pleasant endeavor. And every person out there watching this, if they're a small company, they know you're basically putting everything you own on the line, and you're saying, hey, if something goes wrong, and if I don't pay you back, Mr. Banker, I lose my house, you know, my cars, my kids. I mean, yeah, it's so. Even though you have a tax credit there, in our case, no, we've never used it. Don't want to. We'd almost take an emergency.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And then, of course, if you need the money, that's exactly when they don't want to lend it to you to begin with.
Right. Exactly. It's kind of funny in that regard. On
Yeah.
the sick sort of way, but
Yeah, they only want to make loans of people that don't need money.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's what I've often thought of with the tax credit is the ability to go. It's kind of like you can stake a claim on something that's rightfully yours.
Mm-hmm.
In the tax code, they allow for that.
Yeah.
And so if you're not aware of it, that could be money there that's sitting there for you to be able to use. And
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of companies aren't aware of that.
Oh, absolutely, you're not. It was amazing the types of things that, if you stop and think about it, turn out to be research and development.
Right.
You know, if you had a crystal ball and you made the right decisions all the time, there probably wouldn't be as much of a need for it. But in small businesses, you hear about things, you read about things, and you try, you know,
Right.
different approaches to running your business and making it more efficient. It doesn't always work.
Right.
You say, oops, crap, you know, I gotta stop doing that.
Right.
You know?
But that's kind of the beauty of it too, because you get credit for that as well.
Right.
Right. Because
Right.
you're working on those things, which is,
Mhm.
you know, it helps to spur the economy on, and helps to spur, you know, small businesses to be
Sure.
able to get, and larger businesses to be able to get, you know, what's rightfully theirs.
Right.
And they don't have to go to the bank for a loan because the money's there for them to claim.
Right.
So it's a win for everybody, including the government, because they get higher wages being paid, so higher taxes,
Yep.
et cetera.
Yep.
If, let me see, would you recommend us to any of your colleagues or other folks? What would you say to them?
I already have to several companies. So, yeah, I've told them now, I won't say 3 times. Anybody out there, you know, you can say, oh, R&D tax credit. You can Google it, read about it, and I know a few companies who take some tax credit on their tax returns. Until you sit down and talk with alternative tax solutions and at least let them deliver a no-cost proposal for the impact they think they can make on your business, you have no idea what types of credits you can realize. So there's just no downside to it. I'd almost say, as a small business person, it's a no-brainer.
Is there anything else you'd like to add that I haven't asked about? Or?
No, I don't think so. Well, you know what? Yes, because you guys have done far more than just help us with R&D tax credits. In general, as a small business, as you know, Vernon, but we were fortunate enough to finally buy our own building.
Mm-hmm.
And so after years of paying rent, we now have our own place. And to do that, there's some, you know, treacherous waters that you have to navigate with setting up a different company that owns the real estate, and then the other company basically, you know, pays rent back to first holding company for the property. And then we have certain improvements we've done to the building, replacing our HVAC systems and doing some improvements and renovations. So all of those things, you guys have come in and helped us figured out the best way of, you know, how to create and submit our taxes and get the most benefit for taking advantage of certain deductions. The kinds of things you guys are able to do, if you're a small business person, you don't have the bandwidth ever to be able to navigate, you know, those waters. So you guys have helped us tremendously in deciding how to, I guess, expense certain items on
Yeah,
our-
it goes
our
back
building.
to the whole accelerated depreciation methods
Yeah.
that we did in the cost segregation study for you.
Yeah.
That was able to, you did have that complication, I forgot, with the
Right.
different companies, but that's where the tax strategies come in to be able to help you,
Right.
kind of navigate the waters with that, but also working in conjunction with your other partner, your CPA.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I mean,
helping
I've gotten, like I said, it's far too complicated for any small business person to ever master all the nuances with handling their taxes. And in fact, can I do one thing? Hand me the binder just for a second. So, slide it up here. So yeah, I mean, just today you guys came in, delivered this to me, right? There's a lot of pages here, right? All these pages talk about different projects we've done in the year 2015, how much work we put into research and development. I don't know, what would you say? Maybe 75, 100 pages. Very well, nicely done. And so this is the kind of work you guys do for us. And then what? I guess you send this to the IRS and you say, here's decision software. Here's the work that they did in 2015 that was related to research and development, right?
Actually, what we do with the study is you keep it, and we'll send one to John, the CPA.
Our CPA.
And
Yep.
what we'll do is that you'll keep that on file, and in case they have a question about the credits themselves,
Yeah.
that you have the documentation to support that.
Mm-hmm.
So the IRS doesn't get that; they get the Form 6765, but it's available if they ever ask
Okay.
you questions
So
about
this
it.
becomes a backup in case they question anything. that we're
Exactly,
doing.
and you've got
Some
one
interest.
for every year.
Yeah,
I hope you're keeping those.
we do, absolutely.
I knew.
But it's an
the
impressive
reality.
piece of work, and most of the way you guys put it together too, there's some involvement on our part, of course, but a lot of this, we're just sending you copies of emails.
Invoices and
Yeah.
interviews that we
Going.
do with your
Yep.
employees and you yourself, and
Yeah.
how you manage the projects and all those types of things.
Yeah, yeah, so it's been great.
Well, as a last question, can we share this information in our marketing materials?
Oh, absolutely.
Great,
Yeah.
thank you, Jeff. It's been
Okay.
great.
You're welcome. So yeah, guys, let me